Hello and welcome to Database Management Systems. I'm Jivita Christie, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you some built-in numeric functions in SQL. So let's begin. Numeric functions are mathematical functions, and we are going to see some of the built-in ones in SQL that you don't have to make, but you can use whenever you like. And if you want to make a built-in, if you want to make a custom function that you can use in your SQL queries on your own, then you can see my video on PL/SQL functions, where you will learn how to create a function of your own in SQL and then use it in order to write SQL queries. So let's begin with numeric functions. The first function that I'm going to talk about is the absolute function. And once again, just as in my previous video, I am going to use a table called dual, which is a built-in table available in SQL, and you can use it whenever you want to pass your own values to test something out. So in this case, I want to pass my own values. I don't want to use a column from the table. However, you can do that if you wish to. You can use a column from the table, but you can also pass your own values if you want to. So let us start with the absolute function. We'll write a query, select ABS. So absolute function, what it does is if you pass a negative value, it will convert it into positive value. And if you pass a positive, it will remain as it is. So absolute function is just the same as in mathematics, where you write modulus and you put two lines, one line before the number and after the number. It's the same thing. So you have to write function ABS and pass a value. Let's pass a negative value from dual. And you can see it gives me a positive value. And if I try to pass a positive value, by now you know that you can use up and down arrow keys on your keyboard in order to navigate and fetch the queries that you have previously written and not type everything again and again. So I just used an up arrow key right now. Now I've passed 5, which is positive, so it will return to me a 5, which is as it is because it's not negative. Now the next function is the square root function. So it is, you can type select SQRT, the function is SQRT, pass a number, I'm going to pass 25 from dual, and you'll see it gives you the square root of 25, which is 5. You can pass any type of value here that you want, even if it's not a perfect square. In fact, let's just try and pass 26 and you'll see it gives me a value that is not a perfect square here. It gives me, because 26 is not a perfect square, it gives me a decimal value too. So it just depends on the type of value that you pass. Let's quickly clear the screen, and the next function that I'm going to talk about is the mod function. So mod function is not modulus function in mathematics. It is however the function that gives you the remainder when you divide one number by another. So in this case, when you divide a number, usually you get the quotient, but the modulo function gives you the remainder. And to access that function, we write in this manner: mod is the function, so let's pass 7, 2 from dual. The first value is the number to be divided, and the second value is the number that's going to divide. Let's hit enter, and it gives me 1 because when I divide 7 by 2, the remainder is 1 and not 0. So if I pass some value like 8, then the remainder is going to be 0, and that's what I will get as an output. The next function is the ceiling function or the ceil function. The ceil function gives you a ceiling value for a number that you are passing. So for example, if I am passing, this is how you write ceil, and if I am passing 5.6 from dual, then it will give me the ceiling value 6. And it's not just true for 5.6, but even if I say type something like 5.7, sorry, 5.1, which is much less than 5.5, which is the middle value, it is still going to give me 6. So anything that I type after decimal, it's going to increase that much. So if I just type 5, I can just show you even by typing 5.0, then it's going to give me 5. So anything that I type after decimal, which is greater than 0, it could be even just 0.1. Even then, it's going to convert it into 6. So that's how the ceil function works. And then just like you have the ceil function, you also have the floor function that does the opposite of ceil function. This will give me 5. So in the floor function, no matter how much higher the value is, for example, here if it is 9, then also it's going to give me 5. Here if it's a 0, it's going to give me 5. But any value, even if it's 99999 after decimal, it's going to give me the lower value. So that is what the floor function does. The next function I'm going to talk about is the round function. So the round function works like this. Select round, and now I'm going to pass a value, say 23.54 from dual. And you can see it rounded it up to 24. Now in this case, I did not specify a second parameter saying by how much I want to round it up, but I can specify it. So if I write comma 1, then it's going to round up the value by 1 decimal. So it depends on the parameter. If I pass here instead of 0.54, if I'm writing 0.57, it will round it up to 23.6. So this 1 over here shows by how many digits I want to round it up to. Let's try with a couple more digits here. And this time I want to round it up to 3 digits. And you can see it does that. And because the next digit is 4, that is why it keeps it 573. If I make the next digit 5, then it's going to convert it into 574. So that is how the round function works in SQL, the round built-in function. The next function we are going to talk about is the power function. So here you need to write down select power, and then you are going to pass 2 values. The first will be the number itself. The second will be the power that you want to apply to this number. So let's say I want to raise it to 2, then I'll pass 2 from dual. So what this does is it gives you 7 square. So 7 square is 49 because 7 times 7 is 49. So that's how it works. You can raise it to any number you like. You can make it 3, and it gives you 343 because it gives you 7 cube. So that is the power function in SQL. The next function that I'm going to show you is the exponent function. It works like this. You will write down select exp and then mention a number, for example 3 from dual. So this is now if you don't know what exponent does, first I'll just show you exponent like this. So this is exponent. This is a it is usually written as a lowercase e, a small e, and it's used in several physics formulas, and it shows you a value of a constant, which is E, and it's an important constant in mathematics and physics. The value of E is 2.718. So what you see here, it's not, this is the value of E, the actual value. But when I'm writing a number, anything other than 1 in this position, and let's say I'm writing 4 in this position, then what is actually happening is it gives me a value raised to 4. So in other words, it is raising this value of 4 to this exponent given, and that is why I'm getting this this value. I can approximately show it to you. So select by using the power function. So in the power function, let us try and pass this value 28183 along with some 4 from dual, and you can see it gives you approximately the same kind of answer. So this exponent function in SQL does the same work as power function, but here in the power function we always have this value that we can add on our own, the first parameter. In exponent function, the first parameter is fixed. It is E. It is E, the exponent, and 4 is something that you raise it to. So it's actually E raised to 4. Whatever you pass here will be the exponent of E. So that's how the exponent function works in SQL. It's a built-in function. And once again, there are lots of numeric functions available built-in inside SQL, and you can use any of those because it's not limited to the 8 functions that I showed you here. And you can go ahead and read the documents of SQL Oracle, and you'll find many more functions to be used. And once again, if you would like to create a function of your own, you can watch the PL/SQL function video that I have created, where you can create a custom function. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.